What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. The Sharks go down in overtime 2-1 to the Edmonton Oilers. Honestly, the overtime goal is amazing and equal parts hilarious. The Sharks players get in for a shot, and Mike Smith gloves it, puts it on the ice, and paddles it past Brent Burns to a streaking Connor McDavid. He goes in and scores. Honestly, ruled so hard. But the Sharks kind of played the Oilers even, sort of. There's some questionable decisions along the way, but as they say, it's the friends we made along the way.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm your host, Kyle Demetrius. Back with me as always is co-host JD. I don't know.
I'm waiting for the Simpsons reference.
I don't know, man. I'm still thinking about Connor McDavid. The Kang to my Kodos. I don't know. Which one's better?
What's the Screamville to my Lake Terror?
Oh, you just watched Cape Fear, which I did too.
Yes.
Now remember, Mr. Simpson, when I stomp on your foot and wink and say, "Hello, Mr. Thompson," you say hello. I think he's talking to you.
Who wants to try through the cactus flip?
Yeah.
One. No, it's 2 against 1. Just
it's a really funny episode.
Mm-hmm.
Bob draws all the letters in blood. Use a pen, Sideshow Bob.
I had to tell Steph about your favorite line. No one who speaks German can be evil.
Don't you have a tattoo that says "Die Bart Die"? No, it's German. Die Bart Die. It means the Bart the. And then the crowd. It's literally a background joke out of the crowd. Nobody who speaks German can be a bad man. It kills me every time. It's so funny. Anyway. The Sharks.
Connor McDavid.
Speaking of Germans, Hasso.
Yeah. Connor McDavid.
That goal in overtime ruled so hard. I don't care what team you cheer for. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a goalie just put it down and like paddle it out to?
That's something you do in Chell or something like that when you're just you're
just messing around. You just kind of. As soon as McDavid got it at the red line, I was like, "Well, this is
gone."
Not even he's gone, obviously. But I was like, this is just
as soon as I saw the pass go to I was like, oh, that's McDavid. It's just like, oh, it's gone. It's yeah.
Should we address the ye old elephant in thine room?
The Long Beach elephant.
A game where they played Edmonton pretty even. I mean, it was 1-1 going to overtime.
Yes.
Bob decided to put out Logan Couture, Matt Nieto, Brent Burns in overtime.
One of these is not like the other
one. I do not understand. If you are hellbent on playing Matt Nieto in the top 6 for reasons we don't know, because he does a lot of things, I guess.
He wasn't top 6. He was on the third line tonight, but yeah, I don't know. So
if you're going to do that, why... As somebody tweeted, you just start Hurdle, Barabanov, Burns, and then you swap one of them for Meyer and one of them for Couture and one of them for Carlson. Those 6 guys
just keep playing.
Keep playing them over and over again. And if you need to sub somebody out, you just kind of figure it out. But
Sasha was playing well, or if you want Noah Gregor, who has speed, speed to actually almost kind of match, at least get in the way of McDavid,
I said I wasn't going to talk about coaching anymore. I think this is just a game where I'm just not going to say anything. Ryan Merkley got benched. How long did he get benched for?
Said Seashore Hinnicle, which wasn't his fault.
Wasn't his fault at all. He was the only one back.
That power play was atrocious from the jump.
Yeah, and so they come back the other way. Buddy tries to get the puck at the Sharks' own blue line and misses, and now it's a 2-on-1 on Merkley. Merkley stays in between and then goes to the puck carrier to like try to do something in like the laydown thing, kind of defenses it, gets back up and tries to swing over to the other guy. Like, I mean, he was really the only one that wasn't at fault.
Yeah, he's doing everything.
Because two of the forwards went after the one puck carrier in the zone, and the other forward just kind of lingered in the zone for no reason. Very confused as to how that was anything.
That was one of the worst power plays I have seen in a while. It was funny because like the first power play was one of the best power plays that we'd seen in a while. Just the passing and the puck movement. Really weird seeing Erik Karlsson in the bumper position, just like hanging out in the middle, but it worked. And you got kind of Hurdle in the Timo slot on the right side, and he was able to slam home the one-timer. But then it was just like such an extreme of like, wow, that was a really great power play. They should do that more, to, oh my God, they can't even get the puck out of their own zone on a power play. It's just, and yeah, every part of that power play was just like when Erik Karlsson just gets to the red line and just slaps it in like a dump and chase on a power play, it's just like, he's like, no, I don't want it. I'm done with this right now.
But they did a lot of good. And
they did do a lot of good.
Speaking of good, if you are lazy or you're busy,
or both,
everybody's busy, or both. If you can be a busy, lazy person, HelloFresh might be the answer for you, because you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients. So you don't have to worry about like, how much is 2 tablespoons of oil? How much is this amount of ginger that I need to put in here? And they're seasonal recipes, so you get all the good stuff that's coming around each season, and it's delivered right to your doorstep. It comes in a nice little cardboard box. It's got the eco-friendly ice packs in there that you can recycle, so you don't have to go to the grocery store. Nobody likes to do that. You don't even have to do the online grocery store. You can count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable, because that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. It's all about convenience, like I said. Not only do they come pre-portioned, so you're not overbuying. Nobody likes wasting stuff. Everybody's got half of red pepper in the back of their fridge. Everybody's got that weird onion. Everybody's got like the little tiny Tupperware of some sort of sauce, mystery sauce that you don't know what you're doing. So you're not wasting food now either. But it's easier than ever to get filling meals on the table in a snap with options like family-friendly or quick and easy recipes, which are pretty quick. You can pick your favorites from 50 different weekly options and skip weeks when you need to, change your delivery date, or update your preferences, all in the HelloFresh app. Go to HelloFresh.com/LockedOn16 and use code LockedOn16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. So that's go to HelloFresh.com/LockedOn16 and use code LockedOn16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts.
Yeah, I mean, the Sharks did do a lot of positive things in this game. And, especially if you compare it to when they played Edmonton a couple of weeks ago, like the Sharks did much better defensively tonight. I went back and I was curious. I was looking at the numbers. And so tonight, in all situations, the Sharks gave up 4 high danger chances, 6 medium danger chances, and 13 low danger chances. So they're keeping the shots on the perimeter, which is, you don't want McDavid and Kane and like these guys just getting in there and kind of mucking, because that's
like that you went with McDavid and Kane and not McDavid and goddamn Leon Draisaitl.
Well, Leon Draisaitl wasn't playing tonight, so that's why. So you don't want these guys getting in there and mucking it up and and scoring these high danger, getting more high danger chances. So when the Sharks played on March 24th, the Sharks gave up 9 high danger chances with 9 high danger shots against, 11 medium danger, and 16 low danger. So last game, that's when Draisaitl had 2 goals, and they did a bunch of they were just shooting from at will from point blank range and making it life really hard on Capo Kakinen last game. And like just looking at the shot chart, the Sharks did a much better job tonight of keeping the Oilers from kind of penetrating and making life easier on Reimer until Connor McDavid go burr. But like that's good. And, and I think having, this can kind of transition to Ryan Merkley here, where having a guy like Ryan Merkley on the ice, where it's like he can help transition that offense. You didn't see, there was a couple times where Edmonton got, like sustained pressure, but you didn't see a lot of that sustained pressure tonight of just Edmonton just like shot for shot and just cycling the puck and keeping it moving.
The Sharks took more shots.
The Sharks took more shots tonight.
It was 32-24,
which is something we haven't seen from the Sharks, especially against a super high-powered offense like the Oilers. So I think, I guess we'll talk about Ryan Merkley now, but like you're gonna have these up and downs where it's like he tries to do about one thing too many, but like he had so many special plays tonight. Of course there was the play behind the net where he just, cuts back and then the forward just falls down and then he just goes up the ice. But then at the end of that play, he tries to make one deke too many and loses the puck, and then they get hemmed in the zone for the next 30 seconds. But like, how many times in the offensive zone did you see him make the right pinch or make the right pass or just?
Well, how many times does everybody else do that?
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, I'm tired of the argument. He needed seasoning in the AHL. Great. It's game 72 of the
69.
Season. 69? Nice. He had the seasoning. Why is he getting benched now? Like, just go. If the Sharks were in the playoff hunt and you wanted to try to do something, sure, I could sort of understand that. But you're out. You're done. Toast. You can't score at all. So his seasoning is done. Like, just play him.
He's not an AHL player. Like, what's he gonna like? He plays better when he has more skilled guys who can be.
Also, he spent 2 years in the AHL. He's good.
He's good. He's fine. He's fine. Not be, yeah, like he needs to be playing in the NHL and learning those. Like, okay, I can't do that, but I can do 90% of the things I just did before I did that one last mistake. And this is the perfect time to for him to figure out his limits.
Man, these games are meaningless.
They're meaningless right now. So if your goal next year is to make the playoffs, you need Ryan Merkley to be a factor on your team to help you drive offense.
And it's frustrating too when like a guy like Jason Megna does nothing, literally nothing.
It's Jason's the other one.
Whatever, Megna, he does nothing.
Yeah,
they're like literally negative value on the ice.
Yeah, he was. Let me pull up. So while I pull this up, so the Sharks on Corsi
Magna played 21 minutes and 23 seconds tonight. Ryan Merkley played 14.
Yep.
Vlasic played 15.
Fine.
Sure. Carlson played 24. Burns played 23, which is totally fine. And then Ferraro played 21. Also, they've openly said Ferraro's not 100%.
And they're just going to
I don't understand why Vlasic or LeBanc's not 100% and gets shut down for the season, but Ferraro's not 100%. He gets to come back. This seems... I know that you can re-hurt your shoulder over and over again, but the lost season, guys. Yeah, I just can't stress that enough.
It's lost, but yeah, Burns looked good tonight for the most part. I think keeping, like we talked about last time, keeping him in that 23 to 25. The 23 to 25 minute range. I think
not even 25 is a lot. Give me 22.
If he's feeling it, type of thing. That's what I'm giving that. But it's just dumbfoundingly questionable. Again, Ryan Merkley was one of the few players who was noticeable every time he's on the ice, and him and John Leonard, I thought, until John Leonard got hurt, R.I.P. John Leonard, you king. But every time he was on the ice, you notice him doing something positive, and
he's just got to make mistakes.
He's going to learn from these mistakes.
You can't put him in the AHL for 2 years, then bring him up and be like, well, he's perfect now. And if that's your expectation, that's really weird. But if your expectation is he has to go to a certain standard, that's just not how you develop players. Every time he makes it just doesn't make any sense that every time he makes a mistake, he gets tossed.
And you don't see, when was the last time, you're saying, Malash or these other young defensemen, whenever they make a mistake, you never see them getting benched like that,
Magna just plays on this team now for some reason. So,
yeah,
a little confusing. Anyway, money time.
Yeah. Let's take a break. We're gonna talk about a product that I personally use.
This
for
is
real. Real. I've had Shady Rays for 3 years now. So I think I've had 3 pairs of Shady Rays during that time. The great thing about Shady Rays is they're an independent sunglass company that gives you the features of $200 sunglasses for a fraction of their price. That means you get polarized lenses, well-constructed, durable frames, and premium high-end finishes. Also, something you don't find anywhere else is Shady Rays' insane protection program. I've used this. I broke a pair of my sunglasses because I just wore them out. Basically, what'll happen if you lose or break a pair, they will send you a brand new pair, and it doesn't matter what happened to them. Like you said, if you're out on the boat on the lake, you lose them in the ocean, in the lake, or you lose them at the beach, they'll just send you another pair. So give them a try. If you don't love them, you'll pay nothing. It's as simple as that. Plus, 10 meals are donated to fight hunger in America whenever you shop with Shady Rays. Exclusive for our listeners. Head to shadyrays.com. Use the promo code LOCKED ON. Get 50% off 2 or more pairs for polarized sunglasses. I know my wife is going to make me go buy some sunglasses, one for her and one for me. Again, that's code LOCKED ON for their best deal of the season. 50% off 2 or more pairs of Shady Rays sunglasses, backed by over 150,000 verified 5-star reviews.
My wife,
she loves them Shady Rays.
After you order some sunglasses, you're probably feeling a little peckish. All that online clicking. I did some online shopping today. I bought a fox onesie. It's the only one of my size, that or giraffe, and that's heightest. And I refuse to succumb to society's standards that the tall guy, have to be the giraffe. So I went with the fox instead. The only 2 options. But I was a little hungry. Wasn't quite lunchtime. Had some breakfast. Need a little pick-me-up. I usually have a protein shake, but I switched it up, and I had a Built Bar. You know why? Because they taste good. Taste way better than my protein shake. Taste way better than other protein bars I've had. It's because they have dope flavors. Coconut brownie, brownie batter, cookie dough, double chocolate, peanut butter, all sorts of different flavors. And they're covered in 100% real chocolate, which is what makes them taste good. And most of them only contain 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, and 17 grams of protein. And you compare that to a chocolate bar, which usually has around 240 calories, 30 grams of sugar, and dozens of net carbs. Or if you're not really feeling the whole protein bar vibe, you could go with the first ever protein-infused marshmallow with the Built Puff. It's basically just a marshmallow covered in 100% real chocolate. And that's where they hide the best flavors. Cinnamon churro, coconut marshmallow, banana cream pie, JD's favorite. So go to Built.com, use promo code LOCKED15 and get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built.com. I have a quote.
Ooh, yes.
Bobby was asked about starting Couture, Nieto, Burns in overtime. Strap in, baby.
And feel the G's, just like Ryan Merkley.
You don't snuggle with Ryan Merkley.
You don't snuggle with Ryan Merkley.
You can nullify him. Give yourself a chance to win, right? I think he's talking about McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
We got Tommy and Meyer coming next. Barabanov and Gregor. Just trying to put some defensive guys against McDavid. Then he continued, by way, we had a great chance. Smith made a great play. Who plays defensively in 3-on-3 overtime? Also, I hate to break it to you, but Rod Langway and Patrice Bergeron in their primes aren't nullifying Connor McDavid. This is like putting Wayne Gretzky out in 3-on-3 overtime and being like, you know what, we're going to try to slow him down. You don't.
You keep the puck away from him.
Yes, and you just try to win the game before he can do something with it. You're trying to put a defensive guy out in 3-on-3. There's 3 guys on either side of the thing. The whole point is to create offense. You put a defensive guy out to try to nullify Connor McDavid. That is insane. That is dumb. And very much like, look at the result, not the process.
Both the result and the process were bad.
Yeah, the result wasn't great. It was a great chance, but like,
yeah. Yikes.
I do not understand. Also, are your combinations Couture, Nieto, Hurdle, Meyer, Barabanov, Gregor, or was he just naming guys that he could put out next? Because honestly, I just would have went Couture, Barabanov, or Couture, Gregor. Gregor, like you said earlier, Gregor's fast. He can at least like.
If you're gonna want to play the defensive game or whatever, at least Gregor can like I said, Gregor can at least kind of keep up with McDavid. Yeah. I mean, nobody's keeping up with McDavid. He's the fastest guy in the NHL, but at least like Gregor can make it interesting or something. I don't know. Should we look at Tankathon? You have more quotes.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just so funny at this point. Like, come on, Matt Nieto in overtime. And there's nothing wrong with Matt Nieto. He's a perfectly fine fourth liner. He's great. He's carved out a role. It's not his fault he gets put in these situations, and we have to talk about him. He's perfectly fine. I'm sure he's a great, nice guy. There's also tweeted that the disappointment was palpable from Hurdle, Bugner, and Reimer tonight. Exasperation that they couldn't win even in a game as well played by San Jose.
Yep. Mike Smith was pretty good tonight, so yeah. Like conversely, so talking about the numbers, the Sharks had six high danger chances and 9 medium danger chances and 8 low danger. So the Sharks were doing a good job of getting, quality chances. Just Mike Smith tonight. And then again, when you have the best player in the world,
Corey said after rewatching that whole Masasak. Yeah. After rewatching that whole OT sequence over, I thought of something. That was some Mario-esque shit from Connor McDavid. Speaking of Mario Lemieux, he said, "Imagine Mario Lemieux (bracket) and with Tom Barrasso for that matter, playing with the current OT rules." Let's do that for a second. Do you think Matt Nieto is the answer to stopping Mario Lemieux? I don't, personally, but that's just me. I'm just a dumbass millennial who's whiny and privileged. So what do I know? But come get your people. Come get your Gen X people. They're annoying me too. Or boomers. I don't know. What are you?
Whatever.
I think technically you're a millennial, right?
I'm an elder millennial.
You're like the top. You're like the top crust.
I'm the
you're
cream
like
of yeah.
You're like that weird fringe where you're kind of Gen X, kind of a millennial.
Yeah. So
I know that me being 32, turning 33 this month, I'm like the dead center in the millennial Falcon.
You're at
the top end. We don't claim you unless you do something nice. Then we claim you. Yes. Then when you do something bad, you're back to being a Gen Xer.
Back. So let's take a peek at Tankathon right now. So the Sharks currently sit at 11th, 67 points, 0.971 points per game. The Ducks at 10th at 0.958. The Sharks do have like 2 games in hand on the Ducks too. And their schedules are the Ducks still have to play Carolina, Florida, Tampa Bay in there. A couple games against the Kings. They have a game against the Flyers, the Blues, the Sharks, and Dallas. So other teams to kind of keep an eye out that are kind of within striking distance. The Red Wings, who are 9th, they are at 9.900 points per game. They have games against Winnipeg, Columbus, Ottawa, Carolina, the Rangers, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Pittsburgh, Jersey, Toronto, Jersey. So they have either really good teams or really bad teams. So, but they've been kind of playing meh. And then Buffalo has been playing really well. They have games against Carolina, Florida, Tampa, Toronto, the Blues, the Flyers, Jersey, Islanders, Boston, Chicago. And they've been playing a lot better recently, and they're at 0.887. So it's probably going to be 10th or 11th for the Sharks when it comes to the going into the lottery. So I think the lottery they set it for May 16th, something like that. So
circle it on your calendars.
Yeah. So yeah, probably 10th or 11th. So
I'm done with today. You can find us on the internet. The internet is a series of pipes and tubes.
Yes. Please don't yell at us on the internet. We had too many people yelling at us today on the internet.
We gave people a William Eklund episode.
First, we got yelled at.
We didn't even say it was not our opinion. We did not say this is exactly what we brought on somebody who watched him in Sweden.
Who watched every game of him in Sweden. Yes.
Yes. I don't understand where we did something bad. Weird. But anyway,
a lot of yelling about William Eklund.
Yeah, just William Eklund content.
I'll be glad when he's over here and he's just playing well, so we don't have to hear about how the Sharks did or didn't screw up his development. So anyway, I
don't even really think we came to a conclusion. I think we asked Mikhail, and he's like, he shouldn't have gone back. But Mikhail also said that he did a lot of things well and developed. So I really don't understand. I just think people just didn't listen and saw your little baity title. And also, you didn't put Mikhail on there, so people just thought it was us blowhards blowing hard. We know our limitations.
Mm-hmm.
Sweden. We are good at the Slovenian league. That's our bread and butter right there. Twitter, Facebook.
That's coming for next week. Anyway, sorry.
A full breakdown of all 8 teams in the Slovenian hockey league.
Tomorrow's episode is really fun, though. Actually,
what is tomorrow's episode?
Tomorrow we go through the Timo and Hurdle versus the world, basically.
Oh yeah, we grifted a podcast idea from Locked On Dolphins.
Yeah, tomorrow, a fun episode where we actually go through and try to rank where Timo and
rank as a duo.
Yeah, rank as a duo. Timo and Hurdle versus. Yep, it's fun episode.
Spoiler, probably better than you think. Double spoiler, a little bit of bias. A little bit of home cooking on some of those options. Okay, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Locked On Sharks. YouTube, Locked On Sharks. Gmail, LockedOnSharks@gmail.com. Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Locked On Sharks. JD, my fry hole.
Kyle Demetrius. Thank you for making us your first San Jose Sharks listen. Go check out Locked On NHL now. If you want to get a nice little taste of what happened the night before around the NHL, go check out the Locked On Fantasy Hockey podcast, where they have kind of daily like DFS stuff, and they go through bets and they're all their fun bets. So it's always new and interesting stuff over there. Go check out who they played next. They played the Flames. So go check out the Locked On Flames podcast if you want to learn more about why Johnny Gaudreau is apparently the greatest short king there ever was.
Flams.
And what was that?
Flams.
The Flams. Or go check out any of the other amazing podcasts, such as
Locked On Grizzlies.
Arr.
That's Bear for I love you.
I love you too, Kyle.
Oh.
Bye, friends.
We have to talk.